But what I want to talk to you about is how the master class is going to progress and how that's going to be moving forward. There are going to be 4 master classes in Prime. At the Prime level, you'll have 4 master classes, and then after that, you can actually graduate from that level, and you can be an EEC trainee. And then at the Surge level, we're going to have 4 more master classes, continuing your education, where you can graduate that and become an EEC member. And then after that, in Excel, we'll have yet another 4 master classes, bringing you up to an EEC Gold. We'll be outlining this a lot more as we move forward to make sure you guys understand exactly how that works, why we are doing it that way. But we really want to make this a higher learning class for you. And we're going to do everything in our power to make sure that you have the utmost best training possible at these levels within Infinii. So we're very, very excited about that, and we really hope you guys are too. So you guys excited about this, about getting some of that higher level education inside of Masterclass? Yeah, cool. Very nice. Thank you. Thank you. Love it. Really excited. This is, while we have formal aspects of Masterclass, we also have informal aspects. When we get to Q&A, ask what you need to ask. Treat this as if you were actually in a college class and you say, oh, I've got this question, let me raise my hand, and there'll be time for Q&A as we go along. So with that, the first thing we're going to move into is the back office orientation. But before I delve into that, I would like to see if Mr. Hitesh Juneja, our CEO of Infinii, is on and can pop out and say hi. You never know if he's going to, I'm not sure if he's going to be able to, given the amount of people that are on this call, though. So
I am actually here, Kevin. Thank you.
There he is. Thank you. Everyone, give a warm welcome for Hitesh. Just hop in the chat, say welcome, Hitesh. We got to prime away from some high-level things he's doing for you guys out in the field and making sure you have everything you need, and he's here. So I'm really excited that he's here. So with that, Hitesh.
As am I. As am I. Yes. Thank you very much, Kev. And I just want to make sure, can everybody hear me fine? Can everybody see the screen fine? But they can see your screen so far. I'm just going to switch over to the screen to mine for a second, if that's cool.
Beautiful.
Okay, guys. So wonderful. Glad everybody can hear from me, and you can see the screen now. I basically have your handout open. And, Kevin did an excellent job kind of giving you an overview of what's going to happen with the masterclass. But I want to take a second first and backtrack a little bit. Does everybody right now on this call recognize that you are part of something very, very, very unique? Okay, you're not going to have this kind of an experience in any other company or any other online system at all. There's a very simple reason for it. These classes are here to teach you a skill set and help you use a tool set that will make you successful on your own without having to go and hire other people or recruit other people or bring other people in and try to sell them on something. That is a very unique thing. Okay? Has anybody here been a part of a company that has been able to do that ever? Exactly. No, never. That's exactly the point. So you guys are in part of something very, very unique. And of course, if you're a part of DST, then you're the only one in there. And obviously, Infinii is the parent company over that. So that makes sense. Now, here's why I'm emphasizing that. A lot of the times you'll attend webinars and you are busy playing a game or watching a YouTube video. Maybe you're watching Trump give a speech or something at the same time. We don't want you to do that right now. You may want to turn off your phone. You might want to make sure that you're actually paying attention, because this is going to be structured like a higher education course that you go through in college. Okay? And there's a very simple reason why we are doing it in such a way. This is the best known format for people to absorb information, for people to be given time to take action on that information, and that's the whole goal. If you attend this whole class tonight, and at the end of the 2 hours, you don't actually do something with it, then we've all kind of failed. Okay, and we want to make sure that you actually take action on it. So the Q&A sessions that we have in the middle, you should be asking questions to help you take action. What that means is think in your mind, listen to the training as you're going through it, and pay attention, and then ask yourself this question: what will prevent me from doing this right now? And if you can think of anything that will prevent you from doing that, that would be the question to ask. You might ask, I'm in a geographical location where I have a challenge. What do I do about that? My market is a different language. What do I do about that? I don't have the tool set to do it. Can I do this if I'm mobile? All of those things are the type of questions where you need to ask yourself, what will prevent me from doing this right away? Okay, that's the question, and that's what the Q&A session is for, so we can help you address that. Now let me also explain what we are trying to do here. We are building something very unique. Okay, over the last 3 years, we've been working towards actually building a system and a model where the average person can come in and they can be successful without having to recruit people, without having to go out and buy massive amounts of inventory up front, without having to be stuck generating traffic and learning lead generation and stuff like that. Okay, so that's the whole push behind Infinii as a platform. You're going to have the e-commerce section to it, you're going to have digital sections to it, freelancing, and all that kind of wonderful stuff. The EEC, which is the master classes, is a very unique opportunity for you guys to get a certification. Okay, it's a certification that helps you become qualified not only to do this yourself on your own accounts, but also provide this as a service to other companies. A very strong example of this is we have a few members who have actually gone to local stores and said, hey, I'll take some of your products and I'll help sell them, and basically even received jobs doing that for them, helping manage their accounts for them, or helping manage their e-commerce for them, or helping manage e-commerce for other Infinii members. Okay, so you have tremendous world of opportunities that's going to open up from you actually paying attention to what's going to happen through this entire process. And if you're a partner, if you're somebody who has a team in the company, you want to make sure that they are attending these classes, because their attendance of these classes means they're going to do well. When they do well, that means it's going to generate more business volume for you at the same time, and it's going to generate a strong, replicable, duplicable system for your team as a whole. Okay? So now, with that information at hand, can you guys make sure that everybody is ready to pay attention? You're all excited about this, and if you are, we'll get through the back office and show you what we have done over the last month and a half. Beautiful. All right, so guys, let's first address one very critical question. Okay, Infinii is in pre-launch still. Now, this is a very unique thing. Like I said, our model is very different from the average company. Our pre-launch is very unique as well. In a typical company, when there is a pre-launch, there is no product. Okay, they have a pre-launch which is just for distributors or partners to place themselves effectively. Kevin, has that been your experience as well with different companies?
Absolutely.
Exactly. Now, in our case, the model is very different. The model is that distributor success is dependent on the success of our customers. So we have actually made an effort to make sure that during this pre-launch, we had something for you guys to work towards with e-commerce side as well. Now, when we were in the beta mode over the last month until the 15th of January, we had a very basic back office. And the idea was to give you overview of what the world of e-commerce is, what you can do over there. And now that we are coming out of the beta mode, the idea is to give you guys more in-depth training. If you go in your back office, the first thing you will see is, as you can see on my screen, the big notifications. So any major notification that we want to communicate to you, it's going to be right here. Okay? So even if emails don't come through, even if you don't follow us on Facebook, even if you don't attend every webinar, you should be able to see major updates posted right here. Okay? In addition to that, you can actually see some of the success that our members are having in real time here as well. So here is somebody, for example, who has just generated $290 in sales on Amazon in their first day. They're actually doing Prime, just scanning items and so on. There are quite a few actually that we can go through, but I'm going to let you guys explore these on your own. In addition to that, you're going to see upcoming events, which gives you links to what's coming up next. Like you can see that today you would register for the masterclass, and on Saturday we have the Q&A session and additional training for e-commerce side as well as the partner side. And then we have recordings posted in this section, the past recordings and events. Okay, it's a very straightforward layout. Okay, can everybody follow along so far? Does this make sense? Perfect. Okay, now let's go through the product panel very quickly. And then, Kev, I would like to have you go through the partner side a little bit, and I'll show some of the commission reports and such as well. So let's look at Prime. This is where, actually, who here is in Prime level right now? Awesome. So roughly about half the class is on the Prime level, which is very good. Okay, this is where you want to be if you're just getting started or you're just beginning to get into the world of e-commerce. Let's define what our goal is for the Prime level. At Prime level, we are trying to get to $500 to $1,000 a month in profit. Okay. Now, again, hopefully that sounds very different from what you have seen in other companies. Usually, when you get into a company, you're going to see people holding up examples of people who have made $50,000 in the last month, and you're going to begin training on how to replicate that, and maybe 0.5% of people will ever get there. Maybe 0.5%, okay? What we do is set very realistic goals, because we need to keep in mind that all business is something of a ladder. Your very first aim in all businesses to get to profitability as quickly as you can, okay? So our first goal is what? It's to be profitable. So with Prime, we are spending 50. If we can make 500 a month, we would say that that's a pretty successful business, right? Because we're making 10 times of what we are spending. So that's our first goal. Our goal is to make $500 a month in net profits using Prime. So let's go to the training section. This is where you want to begin, and make sure you go through all the trainings. And keep in mind, again, we're going to constantly be updating these videos as we go through, okay? As there are changes made on eBay, or as we want to make sure there's a little bit more detail, we will keep updating these videos. So we begin with training on eBay, okay? It shows you how to create your accounts and all that stuff. The videos are very to the point. We avoid all fluff. The idea is to have each video be less than 5 minutes, so you can actually get to the action part as quickly as possible. You can also click here to download a PDF of the training, and this PDF will essentially walk you through how you can do the same thing even if you don't want to watch a video. So if there's anybody on the call right now who doesn't necessarily like video a whole lot and wants written instructions, you have all the written instructions with screenshots. So tremendous work done on here by Carly and by our staff. So when you hear her on the webinars, make sure you thank her. Very straightforward stuff on the eBay side. Why do we begin with eBay? The reason we begin with eBay is that it's very, very quick and easy to begin with for majority of the people. Okay, there's not a long approval process. There are not a lot of costs involved with it in the beginning, and you can get going fairly quickly. Many of you, especially those of you who are in North America, can usually get your first listings up in about 60 minutes from when you begin with Infinia. Okay, that's a very, very, very strong rate of success or speed to get into action parts. The faster you can get to action, the faster you will actually have something profitable happen, the faster you become profitable in the business as a whole. Okay, so that's your entire methodology. That should be your methodology in our business. So we start with eBay. The very next thing we're going to focus on is what we call Amazon shopping profits. Now this is a very exciting part, especially for roughly 78% of people who happen to be females. And I'm not saying that because women love shopping. Okay, I'm saying that because women have a much better eye for perception of what will sell for a certain price. Okay, if I ever go to a store with my wife, we could be looking at something, let's say we're walking through the bedding section, there's a comforter, and I literally do not care about the price because in my head it's all utility. While she'll have a perspective on, I saw this on Pinterest and this is probably worth this much. I can't believe this is 40 in the store because it's probably selling for a lot more out there. And that's what the shopping profit things lets you do. So you can actually go out shopping. You can go out shopping as a group. You can go shopping with your friends. If you actually attended our local EEC event here, you went shopping with the company and we actually took you to stores where you could shop. You take your phone, you're going to scan items, you're going to make profits off the items that you scan. Okay, very simple, very to the point, and very, very exciting because you kind of get to feel the thrill of being involved in the process of money being generated. So this is a very, very strong opportunity. If you're a partner in the company, by the way, and you're looking for something exciting to share with somebody who is, let's say, in home parties, for example, here is your concept. Go hold a shopping party instead of a home party for bringing in your friends. Go shopping with them instead and generate profits while at it. So this is the second area that we're going to cover. We're going to cover this in the masterclass a little bit as well. The third part is Bonanza. Now, Bonanza is Google Shopping Network, and it's a huge piece for international people especially. If you're international, you might have some restrictions and difficulties in the beginning getting on eBay or getting on Amazon. Bonanza kind of solves that for you. You can get in there and get going pretty quickly with Bonanza instead. Okay? It works very similarly to eBay as a whole, but is very strong for international members. Then you have a whole dedicated section for international members on what you need to do to get going. You have the eBay training business plan, how to create your account if you're international, how to create your PayPal accounts, and so on and so forth. And by the way, again, we constantly have updates coming on this from our members who are all over the world. So there are members all over the world who are having success. They share with us, hey, this is something that's working for me. You might want to share this for all the other people who are in Bulgaria or who are in Greece or who are in Russia. And we make sure that we take that information, vet the information, test it out, turn that into a formula, and put it out here for you guys to use. Okay? And then finally, you have a section on using the tools, because your Prime level also gives you access to some pretty incredible tools. And this training today will actually walk you through all of them. But the flow is very straightforward. You're going to research products that will make you profits. You're going to go list them on eBay. You're going to list them on Bonanza. You're going to collect your profits. So you're going to list them on eBay and Amazon, eBay and Bonanza. Go shopping for products to sell on Amazon at the same time. You come back home. Hopefully you've had 2 or 3 sales on eBay. You've had a sale on Bonanza, and you've sold 4 or 5 products that you shopped for. And right there, you have met your goal for the month. And that's the way you need to design your actions. Okay, so this masterclass will help you design your actions. It'll walk you through all of the steps and help you understand if you have an error, here's what that error means. Here's what you've likely done wrong, or here's how you want to do something different. Okay? So did everybody follow along? Does that help understand what we're going to be doing? Okay, perfect. And keep in mind, guys, this is just the introduction. We're going to get into some in-depth training right after this. The next section we're going to go over, Search in Excel. We will touch when we are in the master classes for Search in Excel. Right now, we're going to go over the partner section. And Kevin, if you want to do that, that would be awesome.
Absolutely. Do me a favor and navigate to partners. One thing I really want to look at.
I actually have you the screen.
Okay. Okay, can everyone see my screen now? And GoToWebinar is running a little bit sluggish because we are maxed out. So just want to, okay, perfect. So when you're looking at the partners, you know, from my standpoint, there's a couple things that you really want to know. And one is, you know, what am I getting paid? When am I getting paid? And the next thing is, how do I promote? So where you'll see me the most active in is on these promotion links. Okay, so I'm going to pop on over here real quick, and I want to know, let me know if you guys have explored this area. And real quick, who on here is a partner? Okay, I just want to get a feel for how many partners we have, because I know a lot of people on here are not. So I'm going to go through this fairly quickly. But on your partners tab, you have a video right here that you can watch. I kind of walks you through a little bit of what you're seeing on this page. But for promotional media, and this is going to change soon, the promotional media will be on another page. And so if you ever hit this page and you see something change, then just go toggle this video and watch it. Okay? But your replicated site is right here. Okay, and this takes you over to infinii.com and to share with people to look at the actual homepage, but be cookied to you, so when they sign up, they're signing up with you. This one is an opportunity sales page, and we will start rolling these out in different languages for you guys very, very soon. So you'll have an opportunity sales page here, and this is more of an online sales material. The opportunity webinar links, this is a link to send out to somebody that wants to get on a live webinar and listen to what we have going on. Typically when you show somebody your replicated site and they look and they go, this is very interesting, I want to know more, you don't even have to talk to them about it. You can just actually have them go ahead and hop on a webinar. Okay? You also have the Infinii Opportunity Webinar Replay. What we do is we take the latest and greatest opportunity webinar that we did, we take that replay, and we go ahead and we give it to you and we put it on this page, so it's a replay of the latest webinar. The latest one we had Ken Eggleston and Jim Chow on it, so if you haven't seen this yet, definitely go take a look at it. We also have our detailed compensation plan for you to review here, and some presentation documents. These are for you if you want to download and use to make your own presentations or show in your own webinars. Has anybody done that yet? Has anyone done that yet? I had 2 people say I love you, Kevin. That's why I giggled. I love you too, Virginia. So awesome. So go check it out. Make some sales videos for your teams, and you know, just at least go ahead and give it a shot at it if you're not used to that, and step out of your comfort zone. Okay, so that's the promotional links, and again, this is going to be, for lack of a better word, beefed out. There's going to be more promotional links and media that you guys will be able to have in the future. Again, in the next couple of weeks when this changes, next couple of days even, toggle this video, watch it so you're up to speed on what's happening here. We also have a reports page, so I'm going to toggle on into here. And this is where you can see your binary volume, your personal enrollment tree volume, your rank, your infinity pay, your fast start bonuses, your ABB, your ABB2, your global bonus. And if you're saying what's an ABB and an ABB2, definitely go take a look at the compensation plan doc and go through that. Also, in the next few days, we're going to have another video that we're going to be posting that is a comprehensive video going through our compensation plan. So you don't have to figure it out. You can take a look at it, you can glance at it. But one thing I want to say about this, and I don't want to get too far into this because we're already 30 minutes in, and I want to get on to some e-commerce training, but I will say this. This is the only company that I've seen that you can be profitable, potentially profitable, by helping one person get started with Infinii. Okay, so very, very exciting in the compensation plan we have. If you move over to your binary and your PET, what you're going to see is a binary view. You can toggle your right, you can toggle your left, you can see who's active, and you can go take a look at your personal enrollment tree. Okay, so if you haven't been through there, please go ahead. Please go ahead. And I just got a notification again that we are past 1,000 people. Go ahead and take a look. Explore these areas. Go ahead and take a look down there and keep your eye open because we're going to be posting some videos going over exactly what these are and what is relevant to these pages. For your payment levels, you have reports, you have your billing, you have payout settings. For those of you who are who have made a lot of money on the partner side, and even if you made a little money on the partner side, you'll figure out very quickly that you have to go ahead and update your payment settings to remove your money out of your back office. And once it leaves your back office, it goes to GPG. This is done in steps. So the first thing you'll do is update your payment information. You'll hit register, and then you'll have more steps that'll walk you through on the next page. And then this page will change when you come back, and you'll see exactly what that's all about. So if that's new to you, don't worry about it. I would just go fill out this information for those of you who are partners. Okay, so as we've been going through, one thing I want to say about the partner side. As we've been going through, I've been talking with some folks, and they didn't understand the links and the media that they had at their disposal. So definitely, whenever you log into the site, do exactly what Hitesh said a minute ago, which is go and take a look at these updates. And once a week, you'll receive an email from us on updates that we've made throughout the week. But if there's something that you really need to know, it will be posted right here. Also, again, please, if you haven't done so, go take a look at the past event recordings. Watch the corporate webinars, watch the partner webinars that we did, because this will give you a feel of where we're at and keep you updated. Okay, so we can do webinars all we want, but we want to make sure that you're watching them as well if you can't make them. So you'll see these past events and recordings right here. Moving forward throughout today and moving into tomorrow, once this masterclass is over, you will be able to click on this masterclass link in your back office, and this content will be loaded, and the next webinar registration will be loaded back there for you as well. Does that help? Does that make sense for everybody? Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, so do we have any burning questions out there that we want to answer? I know we're sitting at 30 minutes, and we were going to spend about 30 minutes total on this, but I want to see if we have any kind of questions on this that pop out at me that we really need to cover. And even if I don't get a chance to cover it, here's what I want you to do, because we can go back and we can review questions that you ask. So if you ask a question here on this webinar and we don't get a chance to answer it, that's okay. That's perfectly fine, because what's going to happen is we can review those questions, and that gives us more content and say, oh, look at that. 3 people asked where this is or what's going on here. We want to go ahead and address that. And perfect, perfect. All right, tracking on eBay, we will get to all of that kind of stuff. Let's see. It looks like most of the questions I see coming through are actually product related. And also, I want to do something because this is going to help you out a lot. Again, this is a master class and it's designed to get you more in depth into the e-commerce side. But upcoming events, I want everyone to do this for me. Go ahead and register for the Saturday e-commerce and partner training class that we're going to be having. Okay, this is this Saturday, and it's going to be pretty much the majority of it is a Q&A. Get you up to speed on e-commerce, get you up to speed on partner side, and provides a large Q&A. Also, on January 30th at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Hitesh and I will be running a corporate webinar. So please click on here and register for that if you haven't already. And if you've ever been on a webinar with just Hitesh and I, we usually like to spend the vast majority on time just with Q&A, so it gets kind of crazy. All right. Yes, so I'm getting a bunch of questions about changing the picture. This is something that we're having updated. You will be able to eventually go in here and change your picture, your profile pic, and all that happy jazz, definitely.
And guys, if I can make a very quick note, keep in mind again, we're in pre-launch. You will occasionally see something of a glitch. And again, we're in pre-launch, but we're already the largest community of e-commerce users in the world, okay? In the past month alone, we have grown to that size. So you might occasionally see some glitchiness. If you do, just let us know. And we will also start making a note of known bugs and issues. For example, one issue that I'll just tell you guys up front about right now is we had so much volume going through that we had the eBay API that we were using, the standard API is not able to keep up with that anymore. And eBay has been moving us to an accelerated plan, to an elevated account where we can accommodate the number of users we have. In fact, one of those accounts is not sufficient, so we have been moved to 2 of those separate accounts. So in case you are one of the few people, okay, majority of you will not have an issue, and we've tested this many times, but in case you have an issue connecting to your eBay account, or you see a message that says, limits reached or something like that, that's okay. We're already aware of it, and it should be resolved very, very quickly. We actually were expecting that it would be resolved by yesterday, but it's on eBay's side right now and not on our side. So expect some of that. Just keep in mind that we're building something very unique, we're doing something very unique, and it's work sometimes. And as we're working through this and we're working hard towards it, just work with us on this. You are as much a part of this as we are, because it's only through your sales and through your numbers, which, by the way, our members are doing about $200,000 a day right now, just on eBay sales, just from the ones who are using our tools. Okay, that's not counting the Amazon sales and the Amazon shopping and all that stuff. Okay, so $200,000 a day in sales coming in is a very strong number. Now, there are many other people who are not on eBay at all. They're doing just Amazon. And some of them are only doing shopping. Some of them are only doing branding in Excel. Some of them are not even using them. Some of them are only using Bonanza. Some people are actually using their own platforms like Shopify or WooCommerce and many others. The thing is, guys, we give you a ton of possibilities here that you have to choose from and say, here are all the ones that apply to me and I can use these, because all of you are in different places in life. Okay? I grew up in, hopefully you guys can tell, well, hopefully you cannot tell, but you can probably tell by my accent. I did not grow up in the US, okay? So I had certain limitations, and I understand, I fully empathize with anybody who's overseas and says, well, I don't have all the possibilities that an American has right now, because you guys can easily get Amazon accounts and so on. I didn't start out like that, and I didn't start out as a native English speaker, and I didn't start out as a developer, and I didn't start out as a business owner. So you all have to make some effort towards it. So this masterclass is there to help you make that right effort and make those right choices for you. For some of you, Bonanza might be the ideal platform. For some other of you, Amazon shopping might be the best way to go forward. And this class is to help you figure that out and help guide you down that path. And again, guys, that's for $50. Okay, for $50, you have all of these options laid out for you, all of the tools laid out for you, all of these options laid out for you, and you have this coaching system through the masterclass that helps you get through the course and gets you to a graduate level in this area. So I'm very excited to see where this goes. I hope all of you are very excited to see where this goes as well. And let's turn this over we've addressed some of the questions already, but let's turn this over to Carly, who is one of our staff members, who's one of our lead trainers when it comes to eBay and SEO side of things, especially on there. So Carly, if you would be willing to come out here, if you can confirm that you do have audio, that would be great.
I have audio. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, we can hear you just fine. Can everybody confirm they can hear Carly?
Yes, yes, yes.
Awesome. So you've heard her before. You've heard her on the training videos for Prime and Surge and some of Excel as well. Many of you have interacted with her in forums or on Facebook and so on. You know that she is an exceptional person. She is an exceptional trainer. She is very successful on the e-commerce side herself, but she's even more successful in helping people replicate that success and helping them replicate good results by selling on eBay and so on. So she's a wealth of knowledge, and she is maybe slightly less patient than I am, but she's a very, very patient person as well. And just make sure that you take the benefit of the Q&A that you have available. And if there are questions that you have and were not answered today, make sure that you get on Saturday morning. That's what that's for. So maybe after the class tonight, you will have more questions that will pop in your head. Hopefully, as you're laying in bed and trying to go through what you're going to do tomorrow, you'll have more questions in your mind. Write them down so you can ask them on the Saturday session. Okay? So, Carly, the screen is all yours. The floor is all yours. Please go with it and rock away.
Thank you. Okay, so what we're going to do first is we're going to find items to list from Amazon. Everyone can see my screen okay? Okay, good. Okay, a lot of questions that I get on a normal basis is what do I list? So we want to start out at Amazon, and normally you can just type in any word and we can find those items already on eBay. For example, if I wanted to find, I will just type any word in at this point. Excuse me. The very first thing that I want to do is I want to click on Amazon Prime items, and I will actually, wait a second, I want items that have good reviews. So another thing that you can do is, let's see, we need to pick a department. Let's see. We will do, and so we need to find items that are over a certain price. So if you can see over here on the left, we want to choose items that are 35 and above, so I will type in 35 to 50 to see what we can find. Excuse me. Okay. So as you can see here, we have a few items that we can check to see if they're already selling on eBay. I'm sorry. So what I will do is I will take part of the title, firewood rack. We will hop on over to eBay and we will search. So what we're going to do now is we're going to look for the items that have sold based on our search. So on the left-hand side over here, I'm going to click on sold. And we're going to see if we find the same one or not. So this one is, okay, so based on the price that we have here at Amazon, and something that you want to pay close attention to, this sold by here, we want to make sure that it's fulfilled by Amazon. So whether it's sold by someone else but fulfilled by Amazon is going to give you really good customer service. So I always want to make sure that it's fulfilled by Amazon. So based on the search that we just did, as you can see, there's one here that sold for $45. Let's keep looking. And a similar looking one that has a cover, so we'll just keep looking. So based on the search that we did up here, we're looking, the highest price that it's actually selling for is $45. So this would actually not be worth listing because of the there's not a big difference as far as profit goes. So we will continue to do another search. So let's see what else we can do. Okay, does somebody want to throw a word out there for me so I can do a new search on Amazon? Any word? Blue. Okay, we'll go with the blue. Okay. So again, I'm going to click Prime. And let me make this very clear. I'm clicking Prime to find out which items are Prime eligible, but you do not need a Prime account to list items from Amazon. As it states in the training, you will get free shipping on anything over $35. So I just wanted to throw that out there. Okay, so we're going to go up here and we'll find something. We'll just pick some knives. Let's take a look at that. So we're going to find something over $35. That one only has 3 in stock, so I would bypass that. We can even go. No, Ginsu, I believe, is on our do not list list. So let's keep looking. Looks like knives are really popular right now, doesn't it? So I'm going to go to page 2. Okay, so we could take a look at this one here. So let's take a look. Copy part of the title. Go back over to eBay. Click on the eBay logo to reset. Going to paste and do another search. Okay. So now we're going to go over here on the left-hand side again. We're going to click on sold to see which ones have sold. A lot of times I will even use free shipping so that we know who is actually doing free shipping. So based on the price on Amazon, $63. Let's see what we can find here. And I don't actually see the same one there. So 6-piece, and this one is a 16-piece. So even though it's not on eBay, you could still list this particular item. But what I would recommend is finding something that's actually on eBay, because that tells me it actually sells. So we will go back and try a different category. So let's try kitchen and dining. And let's go down here. We'll say 50 to 100. Okay. So based on the information that we just put into the search, we're going to find an additional item that we could sell. So let's take a look at this one here. Cordless electric kettle. Reset. Paste. Okay, so the price on Amazon is $84. We're going to look at sold. And looky there. I think we found a winner. This one sold for $105, so there's definitely a profit to be made there. And so basically what you've done is you've taken an item from a random keyword on Amazon, you've searched for a specific item on eBay, you found that there is a profit to be made. So by clicking on this that has been sold, we can then go to seller's other items, and there's nothing there. That wasn't supposed to happen. Okay, let's go through another search. Sorry about that. Let's see, 79. There's 117. So let's take a look at that one. And again, sold for 117, cost $84.99. There's still a profit to be made. So let's click on other items. Now you have a list of the other items that this particular seller is selling. So to find out what else is sold, we will scroll down on the left-hand side and we'll click Sold. So we're going to go through and see if we can find some additional items from this particular seller. For example, what you can do is you can click on one of the listings. Since this is already sold, I'm going to click on See Original Listing. And there's two ways we can go about this. We can right-click on this picture and click Search Google for this image. And we're going to see if we can find where they sourced it from. And I don't see. So we'll go back and let's see if we can find this here. We'll copy the title. Okay, so based on that, I see that it is over at Overstock. So we can then go find the exact one that has been sold on eBay itself. So we want to take a look. Okay, I'm going to stop there for a second and go over any questions because I do see a lot going on. Let me go through here. That is too funny. I need a cursor light apparently. Okay. So I want to ask everyone if I'm going too fast, I can slow down. Just let me know. I do have a habit of going too fast. Yes, too fast. Okay, we'll do it again. We'll do another search. Okay, let's go back to Amazon. Okay, give me another word.
And Carly, I'm getting a lot of messages that GoToWebinar is, since it's maxed out right now, there's a little bit of a lag going. So
Okay.
Just also know, everybody, that we can't control that, but the recording won't be lagged. Just want to toss that out there.
Okay, okay.
This is great, though. This is awesome. Are you guys enjoying this so far? I see a lot of questions. Are you guys enjoying this? Running the search? Oh, beautiful, beautiful. Okay.
Okay, we're going to type in cookware. Okay. So there's lots of different cookware on Amazon, as we all know. So again, we're going to click on Prime. And to find really good items, I will normally go over here where it says Average Customer Review, and I'll click on the highest review possible. That would tell you that it's a very good quality product. So let's see, what do we want to list here? We will go with this one here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy a portion of this here, which most of it here. Copy. We're going to go back over to eBay. I'm going to reset. I'm going to paste in the title, in the search. We're going to click search. Now, as you can see, there's lots of these on eBay. Now, I don't want that to scare you, and I will explain why in just a second. So the first thing I want to do is I want to go over here on the left side and click on Sold. So now eBay is showing me all of these items that have already sold. So based on the price at Amazon, which is $52.29, we're going to go back and find some that have sold that is for a decent profit. So here is 68. We'll keep scrolling. 64, 55, 65. So it looks like the average, I would say, between 65 to 68 bucks. So I will click on this here, and So what this is, it's telling you right here that one is sold. So we could definitely list this item, but to find additional items to list, you're going to click on Seller's Other Items. Then if you scroll down again and click on these sold listings, now you're finding everything else that has sold that this particular seller has listed on eBay. So you can go through, let's find a decent one. You're very low price, geez. So if you don't really see anything that pops out at you as far as profit-wise, I would definitely look at another seller. So this one doesn't look too promising because of the prices that they are selling stuff for. So what I would do with this is I would go to the original listing, and again you can click on the picture, you can right click and click on search Google for this image. So let's see if we can find a supplier that is selling this. Well, looky there, we found Amazon. Okay, so again, I would stay away from this because we need the price to be over $35 in order to get free shipping. So that is definitely, I would not go with that one. So let me get rid of that. So we can go back and look at another seller. Okay, so that one was at 67. Let's try this one here. Okay, so original listing, which I went to the wrong spot. I apologize. Seller's Other Items. Okay, so now we're going to do the same thing, and we're going to look at sold. Okay, now we want to find additional items that we could sell that have already been sold. So we just want to look for different priced items. We'll take a look at that one. Let's go to original listing, and we will do the same process. Right click, search Google for this image. Okay, let's see. We have Amazon, and there's one left in stock. So we will go back and take a look who else. And normally there's more than one supplier on Amazon, just so you know. Again, I found a second supplier on Amazon that's fulfilled by Amazon. This is $99. They sold for $115.03. There's still definite profit to be made there. So once you have done that, you're finding additional items that you can list. So I do want to go over one thing, however. Sometimes you may not find the image, so you can go into the description and actually copy like the first 3 bullet points and do the same thing, and you can normally find the supplier. So as you can see, Amazon, Amazon. Okay, so let me check questions to see if going slower helped at all. Okay, minimum profit margin that I normally, that we will suggest in the prime level is 10 to 12%. No, it didn't help. Okay. Do I recommend undercutting? Let's see. Undercutting, it honestly depends. The basis on what we do is undercutting, but it's not always about being the lowest price when it comes to eBay. It's more about building your title and building a high quality listing. So, for example, this particular item may not, if I were to list it, it may not even have those words in the beginning of the title. And this is something that we cover in depth in the search level. God, there's so many questions, Kevin. Okay. Okay, so is everybody clear on the Amazon spidering? Yes, yes, yes. Okay. So I'm going to move into Overstock. So we're going to get rid of these. I already have that, so we'll just reset. Let me get rid of these extra windows. Okay. With Overstock, as mentioned in the training, Overstock has a cashback program. It's called Club O, and I absolutely love getting cash back. You get more profit that way. So the thing that I will normally do is I will normally list something from what they're recommending on their homepage. As you'll notice, these little pop-ups, you see that they're getting decent reviews, so that to me says it's a decent product. So let's take a look at this one. And we will do the exact same thing. We're going to go look on eBay and see if it is sold. So we're going to paste, search. Okay, so the starting price was $103.99. And let's see which ones have sold, if any has sold yet. Yes, okay. Now, as you can see from looking at this design, it's a different color compared to some of the others that have sold. So again, you just want to, like for example, this one's 16 piece, and I don't know what they were doing, how they sold it for that. So we will just keep going. Okay, so based on the color and the pattern that has sold, this is a different color. However, it's a 40 piece and it is stoneware, so you could sell a similar item for the same price that they did a different color, in other words. Does that make sense to everyone? Yes, yes, no. Okay, moving on. Okay, so as you can see, as this dinnerware set has 40 pieces. It's stoneware. It's pretty high quality. So what I would do is I would look again at what has been sold. As you can see here, it's a 40 piece. It's just a different color. So I would list it for, and that one has been removed. Okay, so let's find another one here. Okay, so again, this particular item, it's 40 pieces, as it states down here, 40-piece dinnerware set. So they sold 3 of them. Posting one that's a different color, but this basically the same item, it's a similar item, in other words. So you could list it for the same amount. So again, we found something that has profit. So to find additional items, we would do the exact same thing. Make sense? Yes, 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 yes. Okay. So what I'd like to do now is I'd like to move on over to AliExpress for our international members. Really? That was weird. Okay. So let me know how many international members we have. Yay, we got lots of them. Awesome. Okay. So, as part of the process of getting .com verified, which is your goal when you come into starting to sell on eBay, it's hard to find items to sell in your country. So what I want to go over here is AliExpress. Now up here on the top right, you'll see here, ship to. So if, for example, someone wanted it shipped to Australia, then I can actually choose where I want it shipped to show me the items that are available. So you want to choose your country in this drop-down, okay? So for example, if I wanted to find something in home and kitchen, so let's see, how about a clock, for example? Okay. As you will notice, there are several items that will show free shipping. Okay, so you can easily use AliExpress as a supplier for you to drop ship in your home country until you get .com verified and you're able to sell in the US. Now, the only thing you want to look at is you want to look here, estimated delivery time, because this information will more than likely need to be put in your listing to let the potential buyer know this is how long it takes to get the product. Okay? So do we have any questions on that? I'm still getting used to this control panel. Bear with me. Okay, I think we're good on that. Yes. Okay. Now you could. I'm getting a lot of questions. Can you use AliExpress for U.S. members? You can. Again, for example, if I went up here to ship to and I used the United States and I click Save. Again, it'll give you an estimated time, and it'll. I mean, you can actually update the shipping method if you needed to. If you click here, so you just want to check the shipping times before listing it on eBay. So, for example, if we went to go back up here, home decor, and we looked at maybe window treatments, right? Okay, some will have free shipping, but some will not. So it's very important that you read the listing thoroughly so you know exactly what to expect. So, for example, let's take a look here. Again, estimated delivery, 15 to 39 days. Some people will not mind waiting the extra time. It just depends on what you're listing, so I can't really say you'll sell a lot in the U.S., but this is more for international members that are working towards selling in the U.S. Okay, that is a really good question, actually. Somebody asked how we know if it's a really good seller on AliExpress. Each item, you can scroll down here. Actually, you can look at the top. You see these little diamonds up here? The more diamonds, the better the seller they are, okay? It's also going to tell you about positive feedback here. And you can also scroll down here and check feedback. So as you can see, it's mostly pretty good feedback. Personally, and there's a lot of different languages that I can't read. So I would definitely check the supplier that you are planning on listing from to get as much detailed information as you can see, because some of the return policies are different. So it just depends on what supplier you find on AliExpress. Okay. Okay, I think we're good on that. Any questions regarding AliExpress? No. Okay, I think, Kevin, we should probably take a little break. Kevin.
Definitely. I'm here. We can take, if you want, everyone, how's everyone doing? Do you guys want to take a real quick break here? All right, looks like we got a bunch of folks wanting to step away for a minute. So we will reconvene. How about we reconvene in about 7 to 10 minutes? Does that work for everybody? Perfect. Get up, stretch your legs. Make sure you internalize some of this, and then we'll be right back. And actually, while we're on break, there's a couple questions that I'm going to answer here for those of you who are with me, and this will be in the recording, so please feel free to take a break. But there's just one question that has been asked a bunch of times, and that is on the master classes and how many classes we're having at each level. Yes, there will be 4 classes at the prime level, 4 master classes at the prime level. They won't all be as long as this one, but there will be 4, as well as at the Surge and Excel. Real quick to piggyback off of something, because I have another question that keeps popping up, and again, I'll put this in the recording, so if you hear my voice from across the room, don't worry about rushing back to your computer to get all this, because it will be in the recording. We will do a certification at each level, and it'll be 4 weeks of Prime Masterclass, and then a week of testing, and then 4 weeks of Surge, and then a week of testing, and 4 weeks at Excel, and a week of testing. And don't be surprised if we add more material on top of these live masterclasses to help you out, because we're going to go take a look at all the questions that we have that we couldn't answer on the class, go back and see where we need to fill in some of the questions. Darren, if you could ask your question one more time, that'd be great, because they tend to get buried. And yes, this is the Prime Masterclass, for those of you who kind of came in a little bit late. And I want to say something, because I have a lot of people asking. There's a couple folks that have asked a generalized question like this, which is this training going to be covered in Prime? The training is happening right now, so anything that we're covering right now, this will be available for you in a recording in Prime as well. And for those of you that are international on the call, one thing I just want to go ahead and kind of reiterate is a lot of the training that you see, we're pushing you to get to list in the U.S., right? We're always saying, oh, get to list in the U.S., do this to get to list in the U.S. And there's a reason behind that, and it has to do where money is. And a lot of the money on these e-commerce platforms is really primarily being spent in the U.S. So our goal is to always try to get you to be able to sell in those in the United States. If you're doing good in your country, great. But you also want to be in the U.S., okay? You want to move towards that because that's going to open up so much more opportunity for you. Now, when you look at AliExpress and some of this stuff and the shipping times, and we talk about how this is better for internationals, one of the key reasons behind that is because if I go to, let's say, Australia's eBay, and I look at everything they're doing there, and I look at shipping times on a lot of the products, the shipping times are what in the States would be considered ridiculous. You know, it's 3 weeks, 6 weeks, and stuff like that. But it's acceptable there, and people purchase those items, and they're okay to wait. I'm actually in Japan, and my wife, I was quitting cigarettes. I was quitting smoking, and my wife bought me an e-cigarette from Japan Amazon, and it happened to be sourced from China, and so it would take 6 weeks for it to get here. I would never have made that purchase, but my wife was perfectly fine knowing that it was going to take 6 weeks. And so in the back of my mind, I know where she's getting it from. She's getting it from Alibaba, and someone's selling it on Amazon, and it's being sent over. So I know that this is happening, and I would not be happy to wait 6 or 7 weeks for anything that I purchased, but my wife is. All right, my wife's Japanese, for those of you who don't know. So there's a lot of that happens in different markets where people are willing to wait longer for items than they will in other markets, and you should take advantage of that and be happy about that, because that gives you the advantage to go, I know where they're getting that from. They're getting that from AliExpress, or they're getting that from Alibaba, or they're going right to the source in China, okay? So just keep that in mind when you're doing this stuff, is that different cultures have different tolerances for wait times and things of that nature, and you might find that in your country, if you're international, they're okay waiting 6 weeks, and you might find that they're not. So if they are, take advantage of that. That's all I'm saying, okay? And I apologize, that was, as George says, was that 10 minutes. So I think that the break is about over. Carly, I apologize if I took any time away from what you're doing here, but I got carried away on tangents. So
okay,
thank you guys. I'm going to mute back out. Thank you for reminding me that the 10 minutes was up. Appreciate you guys.
Okay, guys, what we're going to do now is I'm going to walk you through how to list an item from Amazon on eBay manually. So I found this product doing a search, so what I'm going to show you is we're going to go over to eBay. Everybody can see my screen okay? Okay, good. Okay, so I'm going to search for this product on eBay. Okay, so we're going to look at sold listings. Okay, so we got 44. Let's look at what we got here. Yeah, okay. So we're going to click on this one that has been sold. And I'm going to click on sell one like this. Okay. So the very first thing that we're going to do, actually, let me check a couple of these questions real quick. Okay. All right. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to download some photos to our computer so that we can add them to eBay. So by clicking the picture, you're going to have all the pictures come up. You're going to right-click and name your photos, which I did that one already. Going to click on this one. So when it comes to naming your photos, you want to name your photos in a way that makes sense. So as you'll notice that I'm using words that I think an actual customer would search in eBay to find the item. Okay, let's see. Is that the same one? No, not too bad. Okay, so we will do one more. Oh, let's see. I gotta think here. Okay, so now we have our 3 pictures. I definitely recommend having at least 3 pictures when you are listing items on eBay. And I've got lots of questions coming in now. And I will be answering a lot of these questions in the Q&A. I am doing this manual listing for people that are listing manually. So we will go through listing with the Advanced Listing Creator shortly. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to come over here, and we don't want to use the same title, okay? So we're going to build a title. Okay, and I know that some of you are going to ask where I'm finding keywords. So let me explain. So this is a wood end table. So I'm going to type in wood end table into the search. As you can see here, we have different keywords that could be used. When looking at these keywords, you want to make sure that it's relative to what you are listing. So, for example, I would not use round because the table I'm listing is not round. Another thing that you can do is you can type this into your search, come down here, click on sold, and look at the other titles that have been used on the items that have sold. So as you can see here, sofa side table could be used, living room furniture. You can just scroll through these and just scan them. There's no need to actually open the listing up, but you can look at the titles of what has sold. Now, one thing I want to mention is don't copy another listing's title word for word. Very bad idea. You want your titles and everything to be unique. So based on what I'm looking at here, and understand it's not going to be as fast as some of the training videos because it's real time. So let's see here. I'm going to do side tables. And let's go back and take a look. And we can spell. I'm sure there are questions, which I will get to in just a second. I'll add in home decor. Okay, so I have 6 characters left. So let's see what we can do. End table. Okay, so let's go back and look here. We can also look at the bullet points on Amazon to find additional. We'll go ahead and add elegant in there. Maybe, if we have enough. Nope. Let's go back and look again. Okay. So I'm going to leave it at that as far as the title goes. Let me check for questions. Yeah, I got a lot of suggestions on keywords. Awesome. You guys are great. Oh, yeah, that was a good one. I will use that accent. That doesn't work either. So we're just going to leave it at that for now. Okay, so after we have built the title, and I don't know why my computer's doing that. Okay, we're going to click here to add the photos. We're going to click Select Photos, and we're going to use this one first. Okay. So once we have added the photos, we're going to click Finish. Okay, so it's asking for type. We'll use end table, room, living room, brand. We'll just put DHP in there. Let's double check on coffee brown. It's not cherry finish, coffee color. So you can say coffee. The more of this information, the item specifics that you add, the better results you'll get from eBay. So I'm going to just fill that information out there. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy my title. I'm going to come down here to the description area. I'm going to paste, hit enter twice, going to highlight, I'm going to make it bold, 18. Now we're going to go over to Amazon and we want to check. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to copy these bullet points. Now I want you to pay close attention here. So you can see this bullet point here, I'm not going to copy that to my listing. These I can. So you want to verify the bullet points that you are putting in your listing are the only relative ones that you actually need. So we don't need them to, we don't need to tell them about Amazon customer service. So we'll go over here and we will paste as plain text and we will add some bullet points. And we're going to get rid of this because we're not listing these. Okay, now when you're listing manually, you want to enter a shipping statement. So I'm going to type out a small shipping statement as far as what we would normally put on eBay. I'm going to check questions because I see it's going crazy here. Okay. Okay. Okay, so as far as the shipping statement, this is a little different. Okay, for international members, it would be a little different because you're outside of the U.S., but I'm basing this on the U.S., so I would say I only ship to the lower 48 states and do not, I can't believe I know this by heart, do not offer local pickup or combined. Okay, so for example, if you were in Indonesia, a certain part of it, then and you were using AliExpress, then you would make adjustments to your shipping statement. Does that make sense to everyone? Yes, yes, yes. Okay, good, good, good. Okay. So the more detailed shipping statements and stuff are in the Prime training. So once we have put this information in here, we're going to come down here and based on the price that we found it was already selling, I'm going to go ahead and list it for $49. I'm going to uncheck best offer if it's going to allow me to. Thank you. Okay. Quantity of 1. It's been a while since I've listed manually. Bear with me here. Okay. 30 days. Okay. So now we have our PayPal email in there, and now what we're going to do is we're going to come down here to the shipping. Handling time, we recommend 3 days. On this, from where my location is, I would say the economy shipping is the best one to use. What will happen is they may get it sooner, and they'll be so happy that they got it sooner, they'll leave you a great feedback. So you want to use flat, same cost to all buyers, and you want to click on the free shipping. Customers love free shipping. I'm getting a lot of questions on UPC codes and stuff. We're going to be going over that in the, I think, what is it, like in 4 weeks, Kevin? As far as the surge part is going?
I'm sorry, you cut out. Could you say that again, please?
Yeah, I'm getting a lot of questions on UPC codes, so I just want to let them know when we're going over that. It's going to be after the 4 weeks, isn't it? Because that's
yes. I mean that is. I mean, I wouldn't mind touching on it a little bit and giving them a taste of it for sure.
Okay. As far as UPC codes go, you can. It needs to be now. I'm sorry, that's funny. Okay, so UPC codes. What is recommended, what I would recommend is using a UPC code, but don't use the UPC code that is for the item itself. Using brand new UPC codes will give you a huge surge in your eBay search results. Okay, so UPC codes are called something different in Australia, and I would have to look that up. Sorry. Okay, so no, you do not make up a UPC code. Definitely not. You can get UPC codes within the Advanced Listing Creator when you're creating your listing, or you can purchase them on eBay itself. Okay, so that's all I'm going to touch on there. Okay, so once we have our shipping information in here, you don't have to worry about the package details as far as that goes. The return policy, we want to accept returns, and you can leave it at 14 days. You want to let the customer know that they will get money back and that the return shipping will be paid by the buyer. Do you want to, and then the question, do you want to charge a restocking fee? I always put no. So once all this information is entered, as you can see here, scroll down to the bottom and click continue. Okay, and then just list your item. And we will go see what it looks like. And now we have a new listing on eBay. I see a lot of questions as far as some more advanced training, and we will get into that as the weeks progress. And thank you. Okay, I'm getting a lot of weird questions. Okay, so I'd like to answer as many questions as we can right now. Kevin? Okay, let me explain. Brand name and MPN are required on certain categories. However, yeah, I am actually going to show the advanced listing tool in just 1 second. I'm going to pause my screen for 1 second. Let me open that up. Okay. Okay, so. Okay, all right, we're going to be done with that. Okay. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to list with the Advanced Listing Creator. Okay? So here we're going to go to Product, Prime, Tools, and then eBay. And I'm in the wrong account, so pause again. Oh. Don't you love live stuff? I'm telling you. Okay. Okay, let's try this again. Product, Prime, Tools, eBay. Okay. So what we're going to do is we are going to click on Create, and we're going to go find something to list from Amazon. So what I will do is I will find a similar item, and we are over the $35 mark, and this ships and is sold by Amazon. So I'm going to copy the URL. I'm going to go to Select Store Amazon. I'm going to paste the URL. Now I'm going to show you these neat little features here that the Advanced Listing Creator has. We have templates. So I'm going to click and show you a few different templates. So on the row template, you have 3 options. You can choose any one of these as a listing template. Let's go to the box. You can see those. This is actually my favorite one here. But I just want you to see the different ones that are available. And then we have a frame. Some really fancy stuff here. And we'll go to columns and sections. Header and footer, and lastly, table. Okay, so I'm going to use my favorite as usual. I'm going to click this little radio button here to choose that one. I'm going to click on listing. Okay. So let me check for any questions yet. Okay. Yes, good. Sean Williams, very good. Okay, let me go back over here and talk about URLs. Okay. Excuse me. Okay, so as you can see, you should be able to see all this. This is a very long URL. There's some of this that we don't require. So anything after ref towards the end, you don't need. So as far as the URL for Amazon, it ends at the end of the ASN and a /. So that is what is considered a clean URL. So that's where I got that from. Thank you for reminding me of that, Sean. Okay. So back to the Advanced Listing Creator. We are going to first, okay, we're going to type a keyword in. So this is a side table. I'm going to type in side table into here, and we're going to click Show Suggestions. Okay. As you can see here, there are keywords here that are suggested. So we're going to use some of that information to build our title. So since this is a wood side table, actually we want to get rid of the comma. We don't want to use any punctuation whatsoever in the title. So let's see where we want to go. We could say entryway And I'm going to go over why I'm doing this in just one second. Let me finish the title first and I'll explain. Let's see. Okay, so what I want to explain here is, as you noticed, I used wood side table. So the very first thing you want to think of when building your title is you want to use 3 to 4 words that you, as a buyer, would search in eBay. Okay? It's very important to actually think like a buyer, as if you were looking for an item. What would you search to find it? So that's a very important issue when it comes to building your title. Okay, so I have plenty of keywords left. Let's see, console, accent, sofa. Let me see if there's any questions, because I see it going crazy. Oh, let's see. Okay. I will get to the category section in 1 second. Just bear with me. Okay, yeah. Okay, so we will say, we'll put accent. Good suggestions in there. You guys are doing great. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to scroll down. Oh my God. Hold on. Pause. Give me 1 second, can you please? Kevin, can you take over for a second, please?
Is your screen frozen?
Yeah. Hold on.
Okay.
Give me like 2 minutes.
All right, so I'm going to hop on and go through a couple of these questions while we're waiting on the screen to be unfrozen. This is real quick. I just want to say thank you to everybody, because no one's gotten off the call. No one's left. This is we're still packed out, and I appreciate it. So how is this going? Are you guys enjoying this content? Is this what you needed? Beautiful, beautiful. And again, you guys are awesome. This has been 1 hour and 38 minutes on a maxed call. And for those of you, if anything's going too fast or is confusing or anything, don't worry. In the back office, this will be broken down into a few different sections. Okay? Beautiful. And Carly, if you can hear me, you could pop off and then pop back on if you need to, and I can make sure you get back on. You just have to unmute and let me know.
Now, I've almost got it situated. Hold on 1 second.
Beautiful, beautiful. And I got kind of an off question here. How can I change my username? You can write into the help desk. It's kind of difficult, especially if you've referred people. It's a little bit difficult from a system level. Will there be a PDF? We'll actually go back and take a look at every segment, and yes, drop some PDFs, some very simple ones to help you out. That'll be a little bit down the road. It's not going to happen immediately. When this is up. So the recording will be up before we have any PDFs. Thank you, Bill. Thank you, Bill. It's so true, Bill. He says, "Oh my gosh, what a long way we've come in just 2+ years." Thank you. You're awesome. Keep rocking it out, my friend. Keep rocking it out. Ray, yes, we will. So I got a question about, real quick, I just want to say, and Hitesh covered this, but when the eBay listener was down and not populating a few things, that was indeed because our members just went crazy and listed a lot of items and actually went past the limitations of what eBay could do, so that they come back and up our limitations, because you guys just went crazy with it. So it's all on you. It's a good job.
Okay, I'm back.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, that's perfectly fine. All right, so I'm going to step away.
So we're going to keep moving forward. So we're down to the payment screen, and what we're going to do is we're going to add our profit in. What is recommended is 10 to 12% at the prime level. So I'm going to add 12% here. As you notice, my listing price changed in the Advanced Listing Creator. Now, I want to go over with you what the listing price includes. This includes your PayPal fees based on what you set up in the eBay settings screen, your eBay fees, your profit goal, Infinii fees, plus we have an average sales tax that we consider when adjusting your listing price with the profit you put in, which is 5.56%. So again, depending on your supplier, some do not charge sales tax in every state. Some charge on more states than the others. So again, there may be times where you actually make a little more because the supplier didn't actually charge you sales tax. So as far as cash back, I don't calculate it in the Advanced Listing Creator. You can. For example, if this was an overstock item and I put my 5% cash back in here, you notice that my listing price just went down. So the percentage that you put in cash back is going to reduce your listing price. So if this particular item was an overstock item, and since I have cash back with them, that's why I would put the 5%. That's actually telling me what my real listing price should be after the cash back. So I normally don't calculate it. It's up to you whether you do or not. So that's the listing price that we're going to list it for. If we go to the shipping section, we're not charging shipping. It's free. I leave this the way that it comes out, the UPS ground. Now, I want to go over this because there's a new feature in here. Excuse me. You can choose between 4 different shipping return policies, and I'll show you where those are in just a second, or you can create your own. There is a video in using the tools section in Prime that goes over this information. Dispatch time is coming from the information we used when we set up the eBay settings, and I do recommend keeping it at 3. Product information here, let's move this out of the way a little bit. Okay, here we go. Okay, so refill quantity, you know, we recommend maybe 2 or 3. You can even use 1. It's really up to you. I usually just do 2 on an average. As you can see, the brand name and MPN was auto-imported. UPC, I'm not going to use the UPC with this particular listing, but you can click Get UPC, or again, you can enter your own UPCs that you may have purchased elsewhere. Okay, the description area, as you can see, has auto-populated from Amazon. You can write your own description. You can leave it as is. You can adjust however you want it to do. So, for example, if I wanted to make side table bold, I could do that way. And there's plenty of things that you can do in the description area. You can add as much information as you want. I recommend keeping the description area under 200 characters. And as you can see over here, on the right side, it tells you how many words are in there. So down onto the feature and specifications, these are the bullet points that are pulled through by Amazon. And down here, we're going to look at, we talked about the actual shipping return policies. By default, the balance type is done. So I want you to take a look at what it says. You see this? I can actually scroll back up and go to the shipping portion, and if I chose minimal, for example, and went back down there, oops, it closed, oh no, okay, go back down here, see now it's changed. So again, it just depends on which ones you would like to use, and if you have your own or you want to create your own, you are able to do that. Okay, so questions and answers, you can actually pull question and answers in from Amazon if you'd like. I have never used them a couple times, but I don't use them that much. So as far as product images, you just want to click on include and have at least one gallery image. As I mentioned before, I do recommend 3 images per listing. If it's not available, it's not going to hurt you. Again, you want to make sure that you have checked include and gallery on at least one image. Let me take a look and see if we have any questions before I move forward. What are those extra pics? No, I didn't forget the category. I went through that in the beginning. So, okay. So I'm going to click on next. Okay, there's no variation on this found, so which is fine. Okay. Now, and this is what I want to explain. So it has the link of the Amazon listing. Remember, I'm using 0 cashback. If, for example, I had another supplier that had the same item, I could actually add the link to that as well. Now, remember, the Advanced Listing Creator is only a listing tool. It does not track your inventory or adjust prices. I want to make sure that we are clear on this. So I'm going to go ahead and remove that. I'm going to click next. There's no need to change, and my dog is barking. Sorry. Okay. So again, you can submit your listing or preview it from this particular screen. Now what I'd like to do is I'd like to go in depth on some of these questions. Can we do that, Kevin? Okay, so let's see what kind of questions we got.
I'm awake.
Yeah, sure you are.
I'm multitasking.
I know.
Good stuff, good stuff. So we're almost at 2 hours. How's everyone doing?
I know, huh? Doesn't even feel like it.
I know.
Let's see. Questions are going crazy. I can't get to the last one. Here we go.
For the most part, it looks like everyone's loving this. For those of you, and there's going to be a few of you, I've seen a couple that said confused or overwhelmed. That's okay. This is more content. This is more training. This will be broken up into more bite-sized portions for you guys in the recordings. So you're not going to go in the back office tomorrow and find a 2-hour recording. What'll happen is you'll have it broken up into areas. Okay. This will definitely be posted. Definitely be posted.
And remember that this is the very first class, so we're going to be going over more stuff. And we will, and a lot of times we will go over what we went over, so that we can keep things fresh in our mind. I can't even see any questions. I don't even get it. Okay, here we go. I think I'm found the right spot now.
You'll get it, Dan. You'll get it. Good job, Ron.
God, how do you keep up with all these questions?
Well, I don't see that many questions. It's mostly just, just comments. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And again, I know that there was some delay in parts of this where Carly might have been talking, but it wasn't showing up. That's okay. In the recording, it's not going to have that. It'll just be one streamlined recording.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys will be good. And once we get it partialed back there, we will go back and take a look and see if it's needed and where it would be needed to make PDF downloads and things of that nature.
All right. I think we're good. What do you think?
Yeah, I want to get this partialed out, and I want to get this up. And the next class, for those of you who are asking, is in a week from now.
Yep.
So next week, same time, same place, we'll do another class, and we'll keep doing that for the next 3 weeks. So we'll have 3 more classes in prime level, and that will bring you up from hey, I'm just getting in the system, and I've just looked at and went over the videos, to hey, I'm ready, I'm rocking this thing out, and I know just a tremendous amount of information that's actionable. That's the goal.
Yep. It's going to be awesome.
Yep. And again, any of your questions that you asked in here, if we couldn't get to them, we've got GoToWebinar will spit us out the questions that you had, and we get to go through those, and that helps us go through and refine the training. So even if we don't get to a question, please ask it, toss it in there, because we can go back and review those and say, look, 3 people asked for this, and we want to go ahead and get more information. And I got a couple questions about testing. The flow is going to be, we'll have 4 prime master classes. So this week is 1, and then we'll have 3 more weeks of master classes, and then we'll have a testing week where you can test and graduate for that level. Thank you, Jeremy. Jeremy's been super active on here tonight.
That's awesome.
It's good. It's good. And yes, once again, this is being recorded.
Yes.
No, Jackie, unfortunately not. But I like the question though. Thank you, thank you. So I think we're good. We'll go ahead and again, any questions that we weren't able to cover, we'll review those, and that gives us more info on things that we need to cover. And maybe what we'll do. Oh, real quick, make sure you guys are on the Saturday call. Okay, make sure you're there if you can get there. But what we'll do is we'll take these questions that are on here, and we might open up the next master class with just a set of questions that came from this one that we can answer. I think that'd be a good way to help you guys out. So if we didn't have time to answer it, but we see a resounding question and we didn't cover it in the material, then that's okay. We'll go back and open up the next one with kind of a review of where we are, where we ended up last time, and hopefully those of you who follow along with us and make it to every master class will be in a good position. That's a great suggestion, Winnie. Really appreciate that. Liz, how you doing, Liz Day? Good, good, good. Good to see you on here. Beautiful. I think that's it, Carly. I want to just take a minute and say thank you to everyone on behalf of InfiniEye for being here, for working with us, for learning, for bettering your life. And Carly, thank you so much for taking an hour and a half of straight content. I know how teaching a class for an hour and a half, that's a lot of energy and effort you have to put into that, and then the preparation.
I absolutely had a blast. I absolutely loved it. So I'm definitely ready to do it again.
Thank you. Thank you. Awesome. Parrish, high five right at your face. Good to see you on here. Love you, man. And I think that is it. I wish I could just unmute everyone and have a conversation with them, because this is so cool seeing everyone's names on here. So we love you guys. We love you. We love you. We love you. And we're excited that you're here with us with InfiniEye, with this family. We appreciate you. And we'll keep bringing the value. We'll keep bringing the content. We'll keep making sure that you guys can progress along your lives and bettering your family. This is the InfiniEye family. This is where it starts. We're still in pre-launch. We're still in pre-launch. So we'll see where the future takes us, and I think the future is going to have us side by side for a long time. So I'm excited. I'm excited to get this info out here. You guys are awesome. I appreciate you for being here. I love you, Carly. Thank you so much for doing this yet again, and we will see you guys very soon.
Yes.
And Carly, if you want to close it out, that'd be great because mine froze.
What do I need to do?
Just hit that X button. That's it.
Okay, there we go.